Welcome to your Friday, everyone. 6 o'clock.
I'm excited it's Friday, even though I only work 2 days this week.
It's your Tuesday, technically. Yeah, welcome in, everyone. Finally Friday, made it to the weekend. I'm Jason Hackett.
And I'm Alicia Lewis, and it's going to be nice. The weather was looking great last night. It was perfect, pristine conditions for this, the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis.
Yeah, this isn't Canada. This is right here.
Right here, and even as far south as the Twin Cities and beyond. This is one from North Branch, from Jessica Powers.
Wow.
2 a.m., guys, she took that photo. Incredible. And, well, of course, we missed it.
We missed it. We always do. I mean, I woke up this morning and I was just like, no, we missed it. We missed it. And meteorologist Ben Derry gave me a heads up, but I was already asleep. I had all these missed text messages and photos. It was just lovely. And even from my friends in Virginia, the Shenandoah Valley area of Virginia, the Northern Lights, crystal clear, beautiful. So this was a widespread thing, and tonight clouds will fill back in. So it was lovely to see clear conditions last night and early this morning, and we'll keep clear conditions. This will set the stage for a beautiful and sunny day ahead, but clouds roll back in for the weekend and tonight. So temperatures are in the 20s. Notice the sunshine, upper 30s by 1 o'clock, highs today, mid 40s. Let's take a look at your weekend forecast. Temperatures in the mid 40s throughout the weekend, slightly cooler tomorrow, quiet, hazy Sunday. Brighter than Saturday, but still not as bright as today. But we're dry through early next week. I'll let you know when we'll find our next chance for rain and snow coming up.
Guy, thank you. Let's give you a look at the map this morning. It has been quiet, which is great. We love to see that. If you're waking up in the North Metro, we'll give you a traffic camera view. Here's Mountains View, 35W County Road I. We'll give you one in the South Metro now. Burnsville split just past 35W, 35E. This one, though, 35W Burnsville Parkway traffic buzzing along. Now to a developing story in Monticello. Xcel Energy is shutting down the nuclear power plant this morning to fix another radioactive leak.
And a meeting for residents in that area who may have questions about the second leak gets underway in just a few hours here. The plant is about 45 minutes northwest of the Twin Cities. That's where we find Jen. She's live in Monticello, and this story was breaking late last night, and there's a lot to unpack here, Jen.
Yeah, so Jason, two things right away. Xcel Energy says that this new leak, has been contained and has not made it to any drinking water. The second thing you should know, whenever they power down this plant at some point today, Xcel says it won't impact any electric service. You do want to add too, we got an email overnight from the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency saying that they are also continuing to monitor this groundwater, and at this point they do not believe there is any risk to the public. So here's what we know so far. What's leaking is something called tritium. And what that is, it's a byproduct left over after the creation of nuclear energy. The initial leak of 400,000 gallons of tritium was all the way back in November. Xcel said it had been capturing that leak and rerouting it to the plant when it detected the new leakage into the groundwater. It says this latest leak is smaller, estimated to be hundreds of gallons. Earlier this week, members of the Nuclear Regulatory Commission were in Monticello to answer questions.
They're not frequent, but they do happen. These are operating plants. They will be taking out the section of pipe here a little bit. We'll find out more information and assess that at that time.
So Xcel doesn't have a timeline yet for when this plant will be back up and running after they do power it down today. Jason, you had mentioned that open house happening later on this morning. For anyone who has questions about any of this, it's being held at the Monticello Community Center. It begins at 10 o'clock this morning.
I'm sure that place is going to be packed, especially after this second leak just breaking overnight. All right, Jen, thanks for that breakdown.
Well, there's new information this morning about a star athlete at Minneapolis North High School who shot in both legs while walking with his best friend. We can tell you that Kashmir Grunow is still in the hospital this morning, but his family says he is up and talking, thankfully. He's the second North football player to be a victim of gun violence in just over a year. Kashmir's teammate, Deshaun Hill, was shot and killed last year, just a mile away from where Kashmir was shot Wednesday night. Cash, as his friends call him, is also a wrestler who went all the way to state this year. His coach told me, despite these shootings, there are still good things in the community.
When you look at these incidents and these terrible things happening, it's a very, very, very small percentage of a beautiful community that always comes together. The vast majority of things going on in North Minneapolis and Minneapolis are positive things.
Meanwhile, Cash's family is focused on his recovery. They say that while Cash is resilient and a fighter, He's also traumatized by what happened. Investigators right now are looking for whoever shot him and why.
Breaking news from the Capitol less than an hour ago. After a marathon all-night debate, state lawmakers passed the Trans Refuge Bill in the House. The so-called bill passed 68 to 62. It would protect people from other states who come to Minnesota for gender-affirming health care. It comes just 2 weeks after Governor Walz signed an executive order protecting that care. Several nearby states, including Iowa, have passed bans on gender-affirming health care for minors. New developments this morning in a gruesome homicide out of Mille Lacs County. This morning, 21-year-old Bradley Allen Weas is facing multiple charges, including second-degree murder and the shooting death of 25-year-old Rodney Pendergast Jr. The Mille Lacs County Sheriff's Office says Pendergast's body was found in a storage container Tuesday morning by Public Works crews. A criminal complaint says multiple agencies responded to the scene and spotted a white Saturn, which officers say sped off.
We had some witnesses that had seen Mr. Weas in this white car with a tote, very matching the description of the one that we found the body in. Other officers were able to locate that car later at a separate residence, and that's where he was taken into custody.
Incredibly alarming. Court documents show police found spent shotgun shells, and after searching through the trash bags at the residence, they found Pendergast's ID card cut in half. Weas is currently being held on a $600,000 bond, and if convicted, he's looking at more than 40 years in prison. At 9 this morning, more alleged victims are set to testify in the sex trafficking trial of former GOP strategist Tony Lazzaro. The star witness in the prosecution's case against spent yesterday on the stand. Gisela Castro Medina testified that Lazzaro recruited her, groomed her, and paid her to find teens to have sex with him for money. Castro Medina has already pleaded guilty for her role in the scheme.
We're catching you up on the negotiations between St. Paul city workers and city leaders. Their unions just approved a new contract with the city that keeps workers off the picket lines. Those employees include snowplow drivers and workers who repair potholes. The union leaders thank their members for getting that deal done.
New data this morning from the National Weather Service's spring flooding outlook. The latest report is really a mixed bag depending on where you live. The threat of flooding along the St. Croix River in cities like Stillwater jumped from a 75% chance at major flooding last week to an 81% chance. Some good news, though, the 7 to 10 day temperature and precipitation pattern is favorable for a slow melting period through the end of the month. A lot, though, still hinges on what kind of weather patterns we get as we move into the next month.
So did you catch the Northern Lights last night? We didn't. We've been complaining about it all morning.
Yep.
If you missed it, just take a look at these photos that one of our photographers snagged. These were captured just south of Malacca. Malacca. I'm new here. I'm getting used to it.
It's okay.
This incredible light show is visible to many of us here in the Twin Cities Metro. So make sure you send us your photos, and we'll be sure to show them later on here in our show. So many amazing photos that have been coming in. Beautiful
Will
stuff.
we get lucky?
I know.
When is the day?
Is it going to is this geomagnetic storm going to happen?
In some portions of the state, maybe you as far southward as last night, and no. But clouds will be rolling in tonight. So
okay, we
that's
missed our
unfortunate.
there's many opportunities, and
We
of
always
course,
say this.
I've lived here my whole life, and I've driven far north. I'm like, we're gonna do it. There's a storm happening. We're gonna see it, and then there's cloud cover or something throws a wrench in those plans.
Exactly.
But you know what's in store today? You've promised sunshine,
And
right?
and look, you kind of can see it a little bit right there. Sunrise time, just exactly an hour out. Time now 6:09. Getting ready to switch over to 6:10 here in a couple seconds. And you'll see sunshine today. Temperatures in the mid-40s. Definitely something to look forward to. I'm sure a lot of folks will be out and about and just enjoying what we can with the vitamin D and the mild temperatures. It's going to feel mild, even though on paper today is going to be seasonal. 23 right now, and it feels like the air temperature. Wind speeds nice and calm. We have clear skies right now. That will set the stage for a sunny and bright Friday ahead. Forecast highs in the mid-40s. Sunshine throughout the day. Winds pick up from the southeast just a little bit, 5 to 10 miles per hour throughout the evening. Perfect for any Friday night plans. Clouds will roll back into the forecast, especially after midnight. Temperatures tomorrow morning in the upper 20s for Saturday morning, and it's going to be cloudy. So for any Saturday morning errands that you may have, just cloudy skies, temps in the 20s. Highs tomorrow, not quite as warm as today, but still right around the same, either just about seasonal or a little bit below that. Sunday, 43. Monday, 42. So the 40s in the forecast. And then Tuesday, that's when we drop to the upper 30s. By Wednesday and into late next week, this ahead of our next weather maker, Thursday. Still some uncertainties there, but that's our next chance for rain and snow late next week. Temperatures in the low 30s and low 40s.